Hello everybody and welcome to the third episode on Let's Make a Platformer in love2d. So today we're going to be working on a game loop. And this should be really easy because the game loop is practically exactly the same as the renderer. We're also going to be adding a couple useful global function or global variables, which I'm going to do right here. So we're going to say g underscore width is equal to love.graphics get width, and then g underscore height is equal, no, I got that right, it's equal to love dot graphics graphics. I have so many other plugins for Sublime that it's kind of a pain, like for Chrono SDK and all that. So yeah, it doesn't like to work with me. So yeah, we got a couple global function or global values here. I like putting the prefix g underscore just so I know it's global. Another useful variable is going to be called game time. Now game time is going to start off at 0. Yeah, let's make this look a little nicer. And every tick, game time is going to be incremented by delta time. And if you don't know what delta time is the time it takes to render each frame. I believe that's what it is. I could be mistaken. Plus delta time. Okay, so there we go. So these variables are fairly useful for everything that we're going to be doing. So let's get started on our game loop. So in Tools, let's create a new file. Let's name it gameloop.lua. Now I don't usually like copying, but just because it's practically the same thing, I'm just going to copy and paste. Up here I'm going to say gameloop, and let's copy this, paste it here, then go down here and paste it. Now one thing that's really useful about Sublime is the tools. So I'm going to double click here and click Control D all the way down and just say game loop. And it creates a cursor, and yeah, it's all nice and it works. I love it. So up here we're going to say tickers. We're going to rename it. We could name it drawers, but that doesn't make any sense. Up here, instead of a layer, we don't need a layer, so we're just going to say, actually, matter of fact, let's just get rid of this. We're just going to pass in the object, remove that, and remove that there. So we're just going to insert into the tickers table our object. Then up here we're going to say update. Whoop. I don't know what went wrong there, so we're going to pass in delta time, of course. And then we're just going to loop through the tickers. And a matter of fact, no, we're not. Never mind. I was thinking we could use a iPairs loop, but those are technically a little bit slower than a regular old-fashioned for loop. And it is pinching straws, but with love2d, all the processing you kind of need all the processing power you need, or you can get. So let's say self.tickers. Just create a localized object, and we're say obj tick, and then we're going to pass in delta time. And there we go. Very simple, very easy. We can remove this right here. So in the main, let's create our game loop. I like how it's the exact same size as render, the word at least. It's good for cleanness, which I'm kind of OCD about. What am I doing? Game loop. There we go. Let's say game loop, global game loop, is equal to game loop :create. I always call it dot when it's a colon. And next we're just going to update the game loop. So let's say game loop, not capital, the lowercase one, the global one. I'm going to say update. Whoops. There we go. Pass in delta time. And yeah, there we go. And once again, I've created this little function here just to test out the game loop. So what we're going to say is obj is equal to create. It even has the same name and all that. I literally just copied it. box. I'm gonna, don't have to pass anything, say obj.load, and it automatically adds itself to the game loop. So it should print out the delta time and then a random number, just because, just why not. So let's run this, make sure we don't have any bugs, which we do. Main 8. Here's a passing I. This is retickers. And again, we have to let's launch it right here. And there we go. Nice. So yeah, we got our game loop running. It took a little bit, but it's up and running. So yeah, this is pretty much the basics for our game engine. So yeah, we'll call that an episode, and I'll see you in the next, where we'll probably make an entity system. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching.